of running a successful food truck business and life. We invite you along to join Josh and Skippy on this journey. This is Monday Morning Food Truck.
Powered by Riverside.
Good morning.
Morning, Joshua.
Hi. How are you?
You know,
You
it's a
doing
great
well?
day in the neighborhood. Would you
Glad to
consider
hear
being
it.
my neighbor?
Nope.
Well, that
Not
was a
at all.
podcast for today.
I do not want to be your neighbor.
Oh, okay.
I will be your friend
Oh,
from afar.
oh,
Or,
okay.
same town is fine.
I see how you are. Okay, then. Well, I'll be my own neighbor. It's a great day. You sound exhausted. A little tired, are you? Tuckered out? No. No.
No, I'm doing well. Thank you.
Oh,
Well rested. It was a good weekend.
your tone would suggest otherwise.
It's just the way I talk, Skippy.
Oh, we decided to turn from happy, joyful Josh to monotone Josh?
I'm not monotone. There's lots of inflection in my voice.
Beg to differ.
I
But
mean,
okay.
I could
That's
go
fine.
monotone if you would like. I will talk like this for the rest of the day.
No, I just think we may have lost our 17 viewers.
We didn't have any.
Oh,
No one's watching.
oh.
Not a
You
single
sound sad.
person.
You sound sad. Are you sad?
No one likes us.
Well,
Not even the people in India anymore.
well, couldn't hold that forever.
I mean, there's like 1 billion of them. You'd think 100 people would like us.
I mean, yeah. Other people should
Yeah.
like us.
A lot of people should like us. Thank you, Ronnie, for the diamonds on the old TikTok. So there's somebody there that loves us.
Thanks, Ronnie.
One person loves us over there in the
Ron-
TikTok world.
I don't care what anybody says about Ronnie. He's a good guy.
Bernie is online. Thank you. JT is also online. People are starting to hop on. So,
Oh, look at your voice change a little bit too.
well, it's nice to be liked, Skippy.
Well.
Was a little defeated after our initial interaction this morning. So
Jeez. Oh my goodness. Okay.
I'm sorry if we're a little disjointed this morning. Skippy decided to hop on at 8:59, so we didn't really have a chance to brainstorm our show today. So, some people want to show up to work right when they're supposed to start, and other people want to get there a little early and get prepped for their day. So
Okay.
it takes all kinds, people.
That's where we're going with this. Okay.
And I'm
All
used to
right.
it, so I'm used to it. I have that staff, so that's okay.
Just set the record straight. Most of the time, I don't log in until 8:50 something or other, and we say hi to each other, test each other's microphone, and that's about it. And we kind of just go from there, and that's okay. So
Ronnie
that's why we're
loves
looking for a new co-host.
Ronnie loves our Dorachos. Just an FYI.
Well, good for him.
Ronnie on the TikTok.
On the
Thank you,
TikTok.
Ronnie. Appreciate it.
See,
Happy to have you listening.
you're loved.
Bernie says, "Happy Cinco de Mayo," and that's
Cunco.
really why
It was Cinco de Mayo.
that's really why the inflection changed, because someone else is picking on you besides me. I don't feel like such a bully anymore.
Listen,
Just the leader of the lynch mob.
I have large shoulders, so
That's not all. At least that's what I've heard. JT says, "Morning, fellow pitmasters, and congrats to Skippy for continuing the tradition of doing well, competing while vending."
thank you, JT. It was quite an experience.
Skippy was working on his Easy Bake oven frame. Give him a break.
Definitely had my Easy Bake oven frame running. That was, but I used cans Did not use the rec tech for competing, only for cooking monetarily fair food. Oh, Joshua, are you replying to a comment?
No,
Oh, sound like you were typing.
sexting,
Oh, good to know.
Chris.
Good to know.
Got to keep the employees happy.
So
Fran says, good morning. Justin Harris, sup? Recovering from a wedding catering yesterday. How big, Justin, if you're recovering? Weddings are easy, man. JT says, crap, I said pitmaster. Forgot about the pellet pooper for Skippy.
That's fine.
Pellet poopers aren't cheating. Lots of solid pitmasters have done very well on the Traeger competition models back in the day. So.
I can
Including,
definitely, if you'd like. Speaking of Mr. JT, I should remind him that I still have that picture of somebody's pellet cooker up in flames that I could definitely share with the podcast. So,
including a recent nomination for the Barbecue World Hall of Fame, Miss David Q. So, loves her Traegers. And I will going to preface this: the Traegers that you buy at Home Depot or wherever you're getting them in the store are not the same Traegers that you get if you order from Traeger. Not even close. There's a reason they are half the price at Home Depot than they are at Traeger.com. So,
okay,
and that would probably be true of most of those. So, JT says he'd love them too if they paid me. Hey, she loved them long before she was getting paid by them. I don't know that I've ever seen her cook anything but a Traeger. I don't think.
She had a Fast Eddie's FEC.
She did?
Yeah. Auburn Hills one year, she brought it. It was one of those, it was more of a grill than it was like one of their large cabinet smokers. But she had a Fast Eddie's.
Okay.
She's always been a pellet person, let's put it that way.
Yeah. Justin Harris says his wedding was about 120, but it was plated. He had 6 on staff, 2 appetizers for a cocktail hour, side salad, grilled chicken, asparagus, and fettuccine Alfredo, and then a French fry bar during dancing. Holy shit.
Yeah, weddings are easy. Yeah.
Weddings are typically easy.
Didn't say
we did one family style. I think we talked about the one that we did family style.
Yes.
Which was also kind of a pain in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
So you think it would be easier, or at least not as difficult, but it's really hard to portion out your food to tables.
Yeah, I would think
because not every 10 seated table is the same. So you can't just do, okay, I'm gonna do 3 pounds of pork or 3 pounds of brisket at each table. You kind of have to adjust a little bit and guess, because you could have a 10 top that
But
goes
wouldn't you just replenish if they go through it?
I guess it depends on how much you brought.
Correct, but if you all start with something simple or something like 2 or 3 pounds or whatever, and brought more.
Yeah, but if you have 20 tables, then for what we had, we only had 4 people on staff. So that's a lot of running around looking.
I heard more.
Probably should have. You should hire one.
I don't need to. Actually, we'll talk about that.
You're finally going to hire somebody, huh?
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, Justin's next wedding is June 1st. 200 guests, but buffet. Buffets are the way to go, man. Buffets are the way to go.
Food truck service the way to go.
Fuck that shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have my first wedding off the truck next month. They're actually just doing a regular buffet.
Yeah, it's so much easier.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier and quicker. Yep. And you can feed so many more people in such a short period of time.
How's that generator going?
Fine. Why?
Did you get a new one?
No. Well, like another new one.
Because you didn't respond.
I replaced the one that I bought. I took that one back.
Did it work?
We still had overloads.
Yeah, I think you're.
Yes.
Wired. I think you're wired wrong.
I'm not wired wrong. I was correct in my original assessment that the panel is not balanced correctly.
That's what I was going with. Okay, correct.
But it wasn't Southern Dimensions' fault because we don't have the same equipment on board that we did when we bought the trailer. We got things situated, at least temporarily. Right now, we just have an extension cord for our steam table running to an outlet that's on the other half of the panel.
Oh.
So it's a workaround to us actually redoing the whole panel, which we will do at some point in time.
So once you figured that out, then you didn't have overloads or still had?
Yeah, we had. Nope, we were good after that.
Okay, cool. Well, good. I found out that I can run my trailer on 25% load on eco mode.
Nice. It's not bad when you don't have anything really running on electric.
I got 16 hours out of a full tank.
You just got your heating cabinet. It's the only thing that's really pulling anything.
Correct. And that doesn't even pull it. That only pulls it to start. Doesn't pull it to run.
Yeah. So yeah, your fridges don't use hardly anything. I think you'll see a little bit of a difference once you hit summer. You know, those fridges have.
Yes. If I turn the air on, that's a constant draw. That's 15 amps by itself. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I had the 2 fans built in, so I can just suck the heat out. Hopefully.
Good luck. Yeah, I imagine you're still going to run the air.
That's why I say hopefully.
Yeah. How was your week, Skippy?
You know, my week was good. I was actually just looking up everything that had to do with my week. I'm
gonna stop you just for a second. Justin hopped in on Generator Talk.
Oh, hi, Justin on Generator Talk.
He says his went out twice yesterday. CO sensor both times.
Yeah.
We had that problem early in the week. I don't remember where we were at. It was fine all day. We get to the evening, wind shifted. It's fucking. So here's the difference between, Skippy says just put it at the back of your truck, which it is and has been for a while. So with Chevys, Skippy, they design their trucks to keep things in the bed. Where Ford, shit just flies out, so you don't have to worry about the exhaust sticking in the truck as much. Jesus H. Hey, I've been waiting to throw that one all week. Anyways, Justin, we did the same thing. So when we were at that one, that we had an Ace Hardware across the street, and I overpaid for a large commercial fan, and now it's always plugged in and it just runs when we're there and blows the exhaust out for us. So, because I am not 100% sold on Predator still, so I don't want to disconnect anything or bypass anything. JT says a piece of aluminum tape over the sensor and it's fixed. Chad, the tailgate is dropped. So everybody knows the tailgate is dropped. The generator's all the way up against the cab. There's plenty of space for things to get out. But if the wind's still blowing a certain direction, it will hold the exhaust in.
Yes, it will.
Jesus Christ. Yes, and we still run the fan all the time because I just don't have to deal with it anymore. Go ahead and get to yours week, Skippy. I will get to all my chaos of this week.
Yeah. So we like I said, had a good week. We Wednesday was a little catering drop off and then a subdivision, which what kind of sucked was the catering was literally a mile down the road from where I was at the subdivision that evening. And I didn't bring the trailer with me because there's really no place over there to set up for lunch. So I had to drive the 45 minutes to and from Ann Arbor twice, 4 times actually, there and back. Did our normal roadside on Thursday. That spot is starting to heat up with that was a rainy day. So when I had the other trailer, I had no awning. So honestly, rainy days really either I stayed home or if I thought there was a chance it would clear up, I would go out. This is the first time I had the awning out, and for a rainy day, we still did about $1,000 all day. And that made me feel good. So no excuses unless it's really, really windy and thunderstormy. Um, Brings me to Friday and Saturday. Uh, so we sold out both days and we competed. This was a new sanctioning body for the state of Michigan. It was called IBCA, which is the International Barbecue Cookers Association. Uh, I guess they can consider themselves international because we had a Canadian team there. Most lackadaisical comp I've ever been to. No meat inspections. No, you could literally show up on the morning you're cooking, as long as you get your boxes by 10 a.m. You're kind of good to go. So I was there at like 2, thinking that okay, I had to get set up, and nope, just started the generator, waited for 2 hours. Guess I could have gone home because I'm only half hour away, but still. Set up by 4, didn't sell a thing until 6, and from 6 to 8:30 did $1,200. Decided to go home and sleep and just leave my generator on, and the pellet pooper were working and doing its magic. Again, 14 hours before it refilled, so that was pretty awesome. Got back, did everything I was supposed to. My girls showed up at 10. They ran the truck while I competed. We were fortunate enough to take 4th in ribs and 3rd in brisket and 6th overall. So it was and then sold out that day too. And I told the guys, I said, I was more concerned with selling out than I was competing. I just wanted to make sure. We adjusted our menu. We didn't do the creativeness that we normally have. We actually had more traditional stuff because I wanted the people to kind of taste what we were competing in. If I would have known that I was the only guy cooking brisket, I would have brought a lot more because people really wanted brisket. But not having to cook pork for a day or for a couple days for a weekend, it's kind of neat.
So you didn't do any pork while
just did
during
ribs.
So how many racks of ribs did you go through?
26.
Between the 2 days, so 13 a day or 26 a day?
No, between the 2 days.
Okay.
So we went through. Hi, puppies. We went through 60 pounds of brisket, 26 racks of ribs, and 60 pounds of chicken quarters. And those were the smaller quarters, so it was like 2 cases.
Those ones with the backs on them, because we've been using them for our catering the last couple of weeks. They've gotten bigger.
Yeah, they were.
They're not as small as they were a month ago.
Yeah, I call those pterodactyl legs because they're flipping huge.
Which means that there's not as many in this case.
No, there's. I think in a
so when I had to pre-order,
yeah, with the big ones, I think you can count on maybe 35 to 40. They're almost like a pound a quarter now.
Yeah. So yeah, the ones with backs, the ones that are normally smaller, is the ones we were getting, and we were figuring. Originally, it was if we separated them, we could get 100 out of a case, roughly, anywhere from 95 to 105 out of a case.
Yeah, we did
separated, so individual pieces. But the ones we were doing this past week, we were only getting like 80 out of a case.
Yeah,
which is a significant drop when I can't just go back to GFS and grab another case. So.
See, our GFS carries like typically 2 cases of the big ones on.
Yeah. Those all come from the other side of the state for us. So those are all an east side warehouse thing, is what we're being told. Yeah. So which is why I can only get them on certain days. I can only order them and have pick up on certain days of the week for those.
Yeah.
So Tuesday is a day that I can pick up. I think it's like Tuesday and Thursday are the 2 days that I can get orders of chicken in. Of that chicken, at least. So it's weird, the things that come from different warehouses.
Very, very weird.
Oh, excuse me.
So we had, so we ended up doing about 3,100 over the 2 days. So I paid for the comp. I paid for my help. My girls walked away with tips with almost $200 a piece. they were happy.
I can't wait to talk about tips this week.
And I walked away with a third place brisket trophy and $300. And then yesterday we took yesterday off because it's Mother's Day and had a good Mother's Day. And
good. Did you get pampered?
No, my wife. We took mom and my wife out to a what's the word I'm looking for? Mother's Day brunch, and my wife came home and planting flowers.
Excellent.
That's what she wanted to do.
Good.
Yeah. Yep.
Glad you had a good week. Sounds like an incredibly successful week for you.
It was a good time. It was absolutely a good time.
You know what the worst part of turning 100 would be?
The worst part of turning 100 would be?
Mm-hmm.
No, please enlighten me.
Can't play with Legos anymore.
Why not?
They're only appropriate for ages 4 to 99.
Son of a bitch.
I know. Isn't that some shit right there?
That is.
Legos, can you please put a little plus on the end of the 99? That'd be helpful. Otherwise, I'm going to be very sad.
Yeah.
In another 56 years.
Oh.
I won't be able to play with my Legos. Well, good, Skippy. I'm glad that you had a good week. Yeah.
It was a good time. It was absolutely a good time. How was your week, Joshua?
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Why were you so
I
exhausted?
think I slept for the first time for longer than 20 minutes. Let's see, Saturday night. 20 consecutive minutes. So,
okay.
We had 2 more Aetna events, one in Traverse City.
For
those that don't know, from us, it's about 2.5 hours.
Not bad, though.
No, it's not a bad drive. With my wife in her new position, she's been having to drive to Lansing and be there by 8 o'clock. We needed to leave at 7 to be able to get there and set up and everything for them. So we had Caleb was going to join Chris for that one. He was supposed to meet at my house at 6:45. At 7 a.m., I gave him a phone call. To which he said, "I'm running a few minutes behind." I said, "If you were a few minutes behind, you'd still be here." I said, "Have you left yet?" He says, "No." And he's probably 25 minutes from my house. So I told him to start driving north and to catch up with Chris wherever he is on 131 North. And they would find a spot for him to park his car and hop in the truck. So not a huge successful start to that morning. And as Chris got on the road, he calls me saying, "Yep, truck's going into reduced power mode again." Okay.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, he dealt with that on and off all the way up there. So, likely what is the problem with that? It's not the DEF system at all. It's the fuel pump is starting to go. So with the trailer hooked up, the fuel pump has to work extra hard to get the gas to where it needs to be.
Yeah.
The engine sees that as it's not getting enough gas, and then hits it into reduced power mode. But it comes and goes. So it's like, yeah, the fuel pump's going on the truck at some point.
You can't plan it, is what you're saying.
Yeah. So he fiddled around with it. It was good for the last 45 minutes of the drive up there. It happened a couple of times on the way back, and it hasn't happened since. So it's about a once a month thing that we have a day that it is just finicky. It's so bizarre, and it's always on a day that we have to drive a long ways on a highway. So the last time it happened was when we went to Detroit a month ago. So I don't know. It just knows that we have to do highway driving, and it's going to be a pain in the ass. So, but all things considered, he still got up there and with plenty of time with the kid and the successful event up there.
With the kid.
So that's Tuesday. Yeah, Wednesday we just had a regular roadside. I don't remember where we were. Wasn't a super great day, which I think we were all kind of okay with. Oh no, Wednesday we were. Wednesday was a generator problem day. I think that was the day that. No, because I had the new generator on Monday. Okay, so new generator I got Monday. Switched those out. So Wednesday we were down at Midwest. Had a pretty good lunch. It was the Tuesday night tornadoes came through.
Yeah.
Pretty significant damage in that territory. So we weren't sure what to expect. That electric cooperative didn't have a ton of outages, but still they lent a hand. They had a lot of broken poles, so there was a lot of crews out. It's a day where no one's allowed to go to lunch, but they all bought lunch for their departments from us. So it was a weird day where we didn't see a lot of people from the outside, which we normally do. But since everybody inside got lunch from us, it made it okay. And then from there, I gave in a while ago on a pot shop that has been begging and harassing us to come in the town next door to where we set up. Awful.
Yeah.
Awful. I think we did a $200 dinner. On a main strip, there was good opportunities for us to get traffic from not them. No. It's not like this place was in the middle of nowhere. Very commercial area. And with it being an area that we cook in regularly and have people, have followers down in that area, we thought it might be a good opportunity for us to get some of the people during evening hours.
Still a stigma to pull in the parking lot.
I know, but it's not like we were in front of the building. We were off to the side. We were closer to AutoZone than we were to them, really, in a shared parking lot. But again, that town was also hit pretty hard with storm damage. So my experience is, so far, day after a major storm, even if people don't have power, they're not going out to eat. At least not going out to us to eat. So that's going to be one of those things we mark on our for instances and we move forward. I am missing some comments, I think, probably.
I find that pot shops, people, they already have their $20 to get whatever they're going there, and they don't have munchies yet. So I actually talked to a lady because there's a dispensary where in the area we were set up for the comp, and she's like, "Oh, you got to talk to the owner of the dispensary over here. He'd love to have you over there." I'm like, "I'm sure he would." I said, "People don't have the munchies until they're done with that recreational activity." She's like, "Well, maybe you should put a couple seats up by your trailer, let them do whatever they're going to do, and then they'll have the munchies faster."
Like, yeah, we weren't fully expecting to get a lot of people from inside. We were hoping to get more people from outside. Couple more comments. Chad says, "Put the Jenny at the tailgate." I can't drop my tailgate all the way, Chad, with the trailer hooked up. Justin says his was in the truck bed. Was open venue, had us in an alley, no airflow. Chad says, "Go drive the truck on a day off, long trip, probably not doing a full regen." So it is doing full regens because we have a diesel mechanic that we get this checked out fairly regularly. And he pulls up full gen because that's what we thought it was happening originally, was it wasn't getting through a full regen. It is. We do it a lot longer drives with the trailer, and on my day off, the truck gets driven enough that it is doing a full regen. Yeah, Justin says they had 5 tornadoes on Wednesday. Yep, you got the leftovers from us on Tuesday. Welcome. I think they said 11 was the last count I had on Tuesday throughout the state. So that's crazy. In a state that normally gets 3 to 4, I think is what they said the national or the yearly average is. To get 11 on the one day. And again, they're not usually super big tornadoes. I think the biggest one we had was the F2 that hit Portage. Did a pretty significant job of relocating some homes, though. I think they said the path was 11 miles long. So I don't know if that was, it was down for a long time. Yeah. It was moving quick though. I saw some video there was a couple of those tornadoes that touched down that were just flying across the screen, screaming. So luckily, everybody that I know that is good. I had a couple people that got their houses pretty significantly damaged from trees and other things, but everybody's good to go. Thursday, we had another Etna event in Holland. A little bit of a spitty rain. Planned on 225. I think we served 270. After our Etna event on Tuesday, they bumped up all of the head counts on all of the rest of the events by 50 people. So a total of an increase of like $13,000 for the year.
Yeah.
I said, yes, thank you.
Jeez.
Thank you very much. Yeah, because we still had like 13 events left. Something like that. Yeah. So that one went okay. We had someone reached out to us about doing a rehearsal dinner off the truck on that day. Rehearsal dinner was also supposed to be in Holland. So like, yeah, no problem. It was only like 40 people. They wanted to do service off the truck. I was like, yeah, no problem. Easy way to make add $1,000 onto the day.
Yeah, sure. But
everything was fine. First of all, the location changed to a house in Hudsonville, which is where I live. Not a big deal. Actually worked out a little bit better. But we had a lot of time in between, so we were able to go back to the house and get stuff prepped for the next day and stuff. But so we get there. There's no one there. We're way ahead of everybody else from the rehearsal. We get a general idea of where to park, so we park. And then as people arrive, we quickly get blocked in from every available entrance or exit into the house. Again, whatever, not a big deal. We can always ask people to move. Just slightly annoying that the one available driveway that was there for people to park in that didn't affect us at all, no one parked it. So,
maybe you should.
But yeah, that went off okay. When we got there, we hooked up the register just so we can run tickets and stuff. It's all invoiced. Their minimum was like $1,000, which they were never going to hit with 40 people. So I really wasn't worried about running the tab, but it's nice to have the tickets come through. So as we booted up our Square, there was an update that was coming through.
Yes, there was.
So as it was doing the update on Thursday, we lost power. We had a random overload, which I've lost power during updates before. It has never been a really big deal. This time, it was a big deal. So our customer-facing display would not update all the way. So the register was normal register screen. The customer display just said, updating customer display. Please wait. Okay. Which I didn't even notice until I took the guy's card at the end of the night. So it still ran his card, but nothing changed on the screen, his screen. So no tip option, nothing. He's like, how can I leave a tip? I said, well, let me cancel this out. Let me run it off my phone, and then you can do the tip option. So that was fine. Didn't really think anything of it. Thought, well, next time we reboot it, everything will fix itself. It'll pull the update. Everything will be good to go. Nope. Next day, the same thing. It never changed.
Did you disconnect the cord and push the machine back together?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you do that because I know you put it in a box. So I didn't know if you put it like.
Yes, everything goes back together. It goes in the same box that it was shipped in, so everything is nicely snug in place.
Yes.
Yes, we've tried it. We tried it every way.
Okay.
So as what?
Go ahead. So I was just asking a question.
I'm an old IT guy, Skippy. Troubleshooting is what I can do. So yeah, Chris shoots me a message the next day on Friday while they're on service saying, yep, still doing the same thing. I said, well, it is what it is. You can still run cards. You can just still do the manual entry on them. You're just not going to be able to take tips. It's going to be one of those days. Hopefully people have cash if they want to tip. So we got down to it. The good option was to factory reset it, start over, and then pull through the updates and I get everything to good. That was where we were at. Everything else had been exhausted. But me not having done a factory reset on those ever, did not know how long it was going to take, did not know what it entailed, did not know what it was going to look like when it came back up. Because it asks you 3 times when you go through the factory reset. Are you sure? You're going to lose everything. Are you sure?
Are you sure? This could be a bad idea.
I wasn't going to have them do that on that day. Because not taking tips is better than not taking orders. We don't want to get in a situation where we can't use the system at all. So I told them to go through it and get through the day, and I will factory reset it overnight. Apparently one of my staff members has become somewhat dependent on his tip money. Was not in a very good mood for the whole day. Yes, sir.
I know you say you've exhausted everything. I got one more question for you. When he started the machine, the register, was the customer-facing display still in the docked position, or was it already hooked up to its cable?
We've tried it both ways.
Okay, all right. So just wondering. If mine ever happens, I'm just trying to say what not to do. So
factory reset it, man. And I'll get into the factory reset scenario here, but the young man was definitely distraught about not collecting tips that day. And I know he listens to the podcast. So Caleb, get over your shit. These days happen.
Well, you do have
getting paid your hourly wage is better than not getting paid at all for the day.
There is a spot on your trailer, I believe, that is a designated crying zone, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so
don't make me put you in the corner.
It'll get better.
Yeah.
Shit happens. Yeah. Like shit happens.
If you would like me, I'm more than happy. I will cut you some extra money out of on your check, and you can go ahead and pay for the next GFS order. If you want to complain about how I'm the only one making money that day. Not that was said.
Simmer down.
Nope. Tips are not guaranteed. Tips are never guaranteed. There's been plenty of days. There's been plenty of days where the credit card machine's been working, and there's only been, single dollars worth of tips for the day.
So let me ask you that. Could this have been a time where, like, having a backup system would be? I get it. I understand. I'm just saying, would it have been like if you had an iPad that had a card reader on it, or even a phone with the app?
So my phone, I can take orders on my phone.
Yeah.
But keep in mind, you're also paying a monthly service fee to Square for every device that you have that can, at least the way it was. I've kind of looked into it a little bit more. It doesn't seem to be that's the case anymore.
Correct.
So every device that you had as an active register,
yes.
you charge a monthly fee for.
Okay. I don't believe that was the case any longer.
Yeah. So when I started, my phone, I was getting charged like $20 a month to have it on my phone.
Yeah. Okay.
So I wasn't going to put it on everybody else's phones.
Understandable. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
But yeah, looking into that, that could be an option. We do have a dedicated cell phone in the trailer.
Yes.
However, we don't get tickets printed that way.
Correct. Absolutely.
So it makes everything a little bit more tedious. But can we do it? Yes. We'll make sure that we have proper backups.
For what it's worth, you could update your kitchen printer to a Bluetooth printer. And
I could, yes.
Any type of device you use to take orders could then also print tickets.
Yes, that is true.
But please,
I'm not into replacing stuff just because it's more convenient.
Completely.
So we'll use that printer. I will use that printer in some fashion until it dies.
Absolutely. Completely understand.
That was our business model previous years. Like, ooh, that looks fun and new. Let's get that.
Yeah, we don't do that.
And then all of a sudden, Yeah, all of a sudden you're spending money that you don't need to spend just
Correct.
because.
Yes.
Because you have the money in the bank. You're like, look at the bank account. It's summer. It's growing. And then all of a sudden you get to October and you're like, oh, I thought there would be more money in there. Where'd all the money go? Oh, yeah. We got these fancy new bag holders or something, you know?
Yeah. Completely understand. I'm with you.
So, yeah, that printer we'll have until it dies, which who knows could be any minute.
True that.
Probably tomorrow.
Hey, the other thing, too, you could check it out because I believe your register has a hub, like a USB hub. I wonder if you can plug in your phone to that because then that hub, doesn't that connect to the printer as well? Because it's a USB printer?
I would not expect that to work that way because your phone is not typically set up for peripheral devices.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Your phone wouldn't be able to handle. Your phone wouldn't know what to do with it.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
So,
I got you. I'm just looking for
So yeah, that was Friday night, or actually I did it Saturday morning while I was making mac and cheese in the morning. Set up the register, went through the process. Wasn't too bad. I think total took about 45 minutes. And that was going to be doing a couple other things. The biggest thing you need to do is sign back in to your Square account. You're going to need your authorization code that you have set up, which I was on the trailer. I had my phone, so I had to go through a whole lot of more hoops because that website kept popping up in mobile mode, and this isn't available. Can you just take me to the full fucking site then, please?
End of the day,
so that do it. And then after you get through all that, then it does the update to get you back to where you were. Everything came through fine. I will say this, and Chris noticed it. I didn't notice it as much, but he thought it was moving much, much quicker in between screens and everything. So it probably cleared out
update or something.
It probably cleared out a whole lot of junk that's been. So we've had it for 4 years.
Yeah.
So if there's a lot of stored data there from previous updates and stuff like that, we definitely saw that it has been lagging lately.
Did you redo your menu, or did your menu pop up?
Nope. So it pulls right through from the Square website. Yeah, it wasn't awful. Like I said, 45 minutes. So potentially, yes, we could have done it in between. Knowing what it takes now, definitely would be more on board to doing that in between services. So Saturday we were in Newaygo for our normal service up there. It was a weird day. We sold out.
That's good.
Friday we sold out. Saturday we sold out. We're up to 13 now in the season. It's a weird day though. Friday was a weird day. A ton of meat by the pound. So yeah, our customer count in Newaygo was way down. Our sales were way down for the amount of food we had for a sellout. I think we only did like $1,300 on a trailer that had. Sorry. I gotta. Oops. Oh shit. Oh. Our TikTok live is gonna end if I don't. I gotta move the puzzle piece. Apparently, I haven't been active enough on that side of the screen. Anyways, yeah. Normally, I mean, we have a pretty good idea of what the meat we have on the trailers, the potential sales amount is. For what we had, it was probably 18 to 2,000.
Yeah.
We did 1,300 just because it was so heavy on meat by the pound.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So Friday night and Saturday were both that way. I think Friday between lunch and dinner, I think there was 10.5 pounds of brisket out just as pounds of brisket.
Yeah.
And it was like all half pounds. So it's like, and I'm happy to have the sale. I'd rather have the sale than not have the sale at all. But it's just a little bit alarming when I get the notification from Chris like, yep, we're sold out. Go ahead and make a post. I look at sales and it's like $12.50. I'm like, did you guys
where'd all this go?
Did you guys like drop food on the floor or something?
Yeah.
Like
that's
these two things don't mesh up.
Yeah, it's the meat. The people that do meat by the pound. I mean, including yourself, I don't know why. Just because you know that a 4 ounce pork sandwich is gonna, four of those sandwiches is like double the price of a pound of pork that you sell.
Yeah, but I mean, so
Still better than
those
having
types of
sandwich.
days are pretty rare. The day that we were open on Mother's Day a couple of years ago, it was all meat by the pound. I think we were done in a half an hour, and it was people getting like 2 pounds of pork for Mother's Day dinner type of thing. I think that was part of it on Saturday, just based on the amounts. So we had a few people with 2.5 pounds of whatever. Friday,
Would you? Sorry to interrupt. Would you ever use that as a pre-order only?
no, no. Here's where I'm at. We're too late into the process. We have too many people that come and get a half pound of brisket from us for lunch, you know? So to go from that and then switch it to, all right, you need to get a sandwich without the bun.
Yeah, I know.
And you're going to get less meat and pay more.
I
you know,
get it.
it's a hard switch for us to do at that point. We definitely encourage people, especially the people that have come and gotten large amounts of meat from us. You know, give us a heads up. Can you give us a couple days notice? We have no problem selling you 5 pounds of brisket. Just give us a couple days notice so we can make sure that we have food for everybody else at the same time. And there are times when we take it off the menu. Festivals. Next weekend will be one of those weekends where we don't sell meat by the pound. Because we know we're going to have 280 people between the 2 days that are all going to get sandwiches.
Yeah, I look at
you have one person that comes in and gets 5 pounds of pork for their Memorial Day lunch. Yeah, and it's like, oh, there goes $500.
Yeah, there goes $500 I could have made for like 200.
Yeah. So, days like that are pretty rare. I don't know that we've ever had those back to back like that. Which, whatever. Happy to sell it. I'd much rather sell it than not have the orders.
I get it. Yeah. I understand.
I'm very grateful for people coming to spend their money with us.
That's why it was weird. Like this weekend, I did no sandwiches. I had brisket, but I did no sandwiches whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
And it was weird not doing sandwiches. Like very weird. But I thought it would, because our brand is creative sandwiches, that I thought it would push people away, and it really didn't. I mean, I was pleasantly surprised. Makes me think redoing the menu, but then I'm like, nope, just stay with what you do and fucking stop.
I mean, for us doing meat by the pound is us, I guess, kind of staying true to the barbecue restaurant, where you can still kind of get a platter, but we don't really do platters, but you know what I'm saying. It's just enough to feel more true barbecue restaurant versus a quick service sandwich shop.
Going back to the competing vending thing, I had you in my ear, like what you do, and how you and I complain, or I complain about you, and you justify it, whatever. The prices of your loaded mac and the portions and stuff like that. Okay, we're not going down that rabbit hole again. Don't worry. But what I had though was, I priced out what we call our competition platter, which was all 3 meats that we were competing in, 2 sides and 2 cornbread. So you get a chicken quarter pound of brisket, a 1/3 rack of ribs, 2 sides, 2 cornbread. I priced it at $35. And they were like Friday night, they were flying out the door. I'm like, that's all. And of course, I didn't really think about how to box everything up. So I'm trying to figure that out on the fly. So people are getting a competition platter and they're getting 2 boxes. Yeah. But anyway, so I'm thinking to myself, did I price that way too low? Like way too low. And I'm thinking, okay, Saturday, should I bump the price $5 or something? Because it just seemed like a lot of food for $35.
All right, hold on. Give it to me again. What were you?
1 chicken quarter.
Okay.
1/4 pounder brisket. 3 bones. 2 small sides or single sides, and 2 cornbread.
Two squares of cornbread?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna add up what that would cost on my trailer. Let's see. I gotta look up some. I want to make sure I get this right for you. What would Josh sell it for?
Each individual, I would have sold it for 42 individually.
And then you sold it for what?
35.
Yeah, I mean.
But keep in mind, they weren't like probably a full 8-ounce side. They were probably more like a 6-ounce or if maybe that.
Why is this? What are you doing here, Square? Jesus Christ.
That's why I thought 35 would be good.
I mean, yeah. I mean, maybe it's just a good value. So,
I mean, I made money. A 40-pound case of chicken quarters is $28. So I'm like, I'm not.
Leia Hello Kitty was on our TikTok for half a second.
Oh, hey, little kitty. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see here. Sorry, everybody. Don't mind me.
Josh loves dead air.
7. All right, so me 15. 18. You'd be at $42 for all that?
Yeah. What would you be at?
Like 15. There, 15. 22. $33.
Well, I sell each side for 5. So that's 10. I sold chicken quarters.
On an 8-ounce portion?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're $3.50.
What's that?
For an 8-ounce portion.
Okay, well that's you.
Yeah, no. You
so
were
you were 5 for each side. I'm at $3 for 2 pieces of cornbread. So that's 13. I'm at $12 for brisket.
Yeah, we don't make money on cornbread in our truck. So we're doing 2 pieces for $3.50.
I'm doing 2 for $3. Woo! I finally found something you're more expensive than me. Woo!
You're definitely not making money on cornbread.
So here's the thing: it's $8 a chicken quarter.
Yep.
12 for brisket, so that's another 10. So
for a quarter pound of brisket, you're selling that for $12.
Well, a brisket sandwich.
So that's what you're basing it off of.
Correct. I was just basing on brisket sandwich cost without the bun. So again,
I just cut my half-pound price in half.
Oh, okay.
Which gets us to about $7.
So, yeah, that's about right.
So like $7.50 on a quarter rack of ribs.
I'm at 9.
You're doing half racks for 18?
Half racks for 15. So I'm at 9, 15, and 26.
So if a half rack is 15, wouldn't a quarter rack be $7.50?
No, you get a discount for buying bulk.
But you don't sell quarter racks.
I do sell quarter racks.
You do?
Yeah.
All right.
$3 a bone. $9.
God, your truck's expensive. No wonder your average ticket prices are so high.
I hate you. Actually, this weekend my average ticket price was like $38.
Can't imagine why.
Here's the thing too: is I wasn't really until the end of the day where I was running out of stuff. I was not selling individual meats. I was selling it I was doing barbecue plates. So you get a meat, a side, and a piece of cornbread. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I thought people would be all pissy that we weren't selling it by just a piece of meat, like a chicken quarter or a third rack of ribs or whatever.
Gotcha.
So anyway, it was interesting. So average net sale was $32.
All right. Nice work, buddy. Hey, sell-outs are sell-outs. So this week we have another Etna event. It's our last one of the month in Ann Arbor, heading towards your side of town.
Oh.
Why am I not saying stuff? That's not right. Oh, that's just for the week. Sure. Heading over to Ann Arbor. That's on Thursday. We've got a weird kind of pretty normal Tuesday, Wednesday for us. which is nice to kind of be back to normal. Friday's a normal day at Wiseman. And then Saturday. Oh, Saturday.
I got a food truck Saturday.
I
got double duty Saturday.
You do?
Yeah, I got a food truck rally in Howell from 11 to 4. I got a book at home for a senior graduation night. Or senior year graduation night at 6:30.
So full of regret on decisions I have made for Saturday. So we're setting up at a little a small grocery store in Ionia, Ken's Market. They've been looking for some food trucks this year, so I thought, hey, what the hell? We'll give it a whirl. We're doing 11 to 2, but we're also doing the barley barbecue and beets.
Oh yeah,
that evening.
Okay, fun time.
In Grand Rapids at DeVos Place. We are not allowed to bring the trailer in.
Ooh.
So, which I found out Monday last week after we got off the air. As I'm just making sure everything's in place, because I don't want these surprises as we're trying to pull in.
Yeah.
So,
where's the back door?
Yeah. So making sure everything is in an order and everything. She's like, oh no, I thought since you couldn't have the fire going, you didn't want to bring the. I said, no, we were still planning on doing it. Just because we like having our kitchen and it's a cool visual.
Yeah.
When you have everybody at a little table and we have us in our trailer. So yeah, no trailer. We get our 2 8-foot tables. Have to run everything out of Cambros, I guess. Yeah, we were fully expecting to serve 600 people. 11 barbecue vendors.
Yeah.
Pretty much everybody. Huh?
What's your menu?
We're doing pork and brisket sliders and mac and cheese. We're the only people that have mac and cheese.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. Which was a thought I had today as I'm still talking to her about what the process. Like we have to be set up by 3:30. Which means I have to get from Ionia to my house, unhook the trailer, get everything loaded up and down there, and be done and set up by 3:30.
Question.
So, yes.
Can you send one of your minions down there to set up tents and whatever you're doing early or no?
So, originally on the schedule was just me and Chris. Chris and I were just going to handle it. So there was no one else on the schedule. I now have Caleb helping out in Ionia, so I can go down there and get at least the tables all set. Chafing dishes are ready to go.
Yeah.
I asked her if there was any way we can get in like at 4:00 to bring food in at 4:00. That way we can keep things as hot as possible for as long as possible. She's like, that's fine as long as you guys are in and ready to go by 4:30 when doors open at 5. So that's what we'll do. That'll give us a little extra time. After I get the table set up, I'll meet Chris and the guys back at the house. And we'll get cameras loaded up and head down.
If you don't mind me also asking, what was your dollar amount that you requested?
$2,000.
Okay, so you did request the full.
Fuck yeah, I did.
I get it.
I mean, yeah, we're not going to have that amount in brisket and pork and mac and cheese.
It's the time,
raw cost. The time and the extra labor.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I'm not going to take a loss on it. I don't know that we'll do this again next year.
I was fortunate enough to be able to bring my trailer to the last place, and
because you were in a parking lot, right?
No, we were at a wedding barn.
Okay.
And I mean, I barely fit, but they had a coffee truck too, who was able to bring their coffee truck.
There's more than enough space for us to get in there because it's at DeVos Place where they hold the RV shows and everything. Yeah. So they're bringing in motorhomes and stuff.
Yeah.
Their problem was it was a licensing thing, and at this, so Kent County's a little weird on all this. Since we're just scooping and serving, there's no additional licenses needed. But if we were in the truck, we would actually need a temporary license for the day.
Because you're indoors?
Because we're indoors, even though our truck is already licensed.
Yeah.
Like DeVos Place would have to hold a license. It all got very murky and weird. So I was like, we can make it work. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
So Battle Creek over here has a few winter indoor events at like Keller Arena, where they do best mac and cheese and best barbecue and stuff like that. And I'm always leery of going there, setting up 2 tables and a tent and banners and transporting food. And
so, we're not going to decorate anything.
yeah.
We'll have a stack of business cards out. Maybe we'll get like a little plastic sign holder that we have some information on, the QR code.
Banner.
What's that?
Bring your banner.
I don't have one. Outside of our menu. The only banner I have is
used to hang up on your porch.
Yeah, that thing is. Yeah, that thing is toast, dude.
Oh.
Yeah. There's a reason we don't hang it up anymore. It's in pretty rough shape after a couple summers outside every day. And even then, where would we hang that thing? Like,
are you bringing it massive up or not?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I mean, we're inside. It's just a line of tables. I can't imagine anybody else is going to have it easy up.
I bet you there will be. I just, for some reason, I bet you there will be. Everybody other than us was underneath a tent. And
I just don't understand why.
Banners, marketing, stuff like that.
Yeah. We're going to get in and get out.
Bring some trophies. Bring some trophies.
Good God.
Why not?
Because I have to dig them out of storage.
Jesus Christ.
I got 0 trophies in my house set up anywhere. Not a one.
He's just trying to block out that time in his life.
When I had fun and won things? No, they never made it into the house. They're all in storage. They're all in boxes. I don't need to look at them every day to know that I'm awesome.
You probably
I got customers to tell me that. Even if my co-host doesn't. Call me a sellout.
Where is this coming from?
Don't even compete anymore.
You don't.
That's what
That's
he says.
fine.
It's like, I'm out here every weekend. Put my ass on the line.
So am I.
No, that's what I'm saying. You say. This reminds me a lot of Myron Mixon hollering at Chris Lilly in first season of Pitmasters. What's he won? Nothing. Won some championship years ago. Mm-hmm.
What's Myron?
Nothing lately. Does he even compete? Or is it just his son anymore? Does he still go out?
No, he still goes out. Fuck, he still charges $750 a month for his little cook school that people still attend in record numbers.
Mm-hmm. I would too. If I get anybody to pay for me to talk bullshit out of my orifices, I certainly would charge them. Anywho. Yeah, so we have a good week. I'm not looking forward to that event at all.
I think you'll have fun.
I think it'll be fine and it'll be whatever it is, but the amount of prep that we're gonna have to do with the event also this week. I asked her, so this morning I said, can you let me know what all the other vendors are doing for sides? Because I don't want to be just another mac and cheese in a sea of mac and cheese.
Yeah.
And there was hardly any duplicates on there. Like everybody's doing something different, which is cool and awesome. But I was really hoping there would be a bunch of mac and cheese and I could say, hey, can we just do cornbread? Switch me over to cornbread. But since we're the only mac and cheese,
that's still a lot of cornbread.
Yeah, but prepping and holding cornbread is not a huge deal. I guarantee you I can whip out 600 pieces of cornbread a whole lot faster than I can whip out 600 servings of mac and cheese.
Well, a case is 120 of them. So you basically need 5 cases.
Yeah. Piece of cake.
Thaw them all out and be good.
Yeah. No problem at all.
Sorry, for anybody who doesn't know, we use the same cornbread.
Yeah, we don't make it. We're one of two things I don't make from scratch on our truck.
I had somebody order for a week from Sunday 4 full pans of Italian pasta salad. And that's it.
Do you make your Italian pasta salad?
Yeah. Freaking hate doing it every single time. Letting noodles cool off. Ugh.
Yes, thawed cornbread. We don't make our cornbread. User 88347536.
Oh, hello, user.
Only so much space on the food truck. We don't use commissaries. Once we get to a point where we are in a more of a brick and mortar scenario, we will start making our cornbread for sure.
And I'll tell you what, no matter
I haven't considered it now.
the cornbread that it's from GFS. It comes frozen, pre-sliced. There's 30 slices or 30 squares.
It's a really good product.
It is a fantastic product.
Yeah.
It is a cake style cornbread that people eat it and they come back for more. So,
and what thawed cornbread is? Skippy just said it's a GFS. It's the Chef Pierre sweet cornbread.
Yeah. They also make a jalapeno cornbread which I hear is really good with beans.
Yeah, cornbread's a must add on for any beans. So yeah, we've tried the jalapeno. We did not get good feedback. So the sweet was the way to go.
Yes, we did. Our version of cowboy beans is a piece of cornbread, beans, and either pulled pork or brisket on top.
Yeah, we'll be running a few tests this summer probably with doing some cornbread in the smoker. See what the process looks like. So.
So I will tell. So going back to again all the new adventures of competing and vending at the same time.
Thank you for the comments on TikTok. Appreciate it.
Thank you for comments on TikTok. This is the first time that my trailer has not been in my driveway where I've made mac and cheese.
What?
This is the first time that my trailer has not been in my driveway when I've made mac and cheese.
Oh.
So I made mac and cheese.
Made it on site.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. How'd that go?
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Fucking great. The stock pot range that I had put on the porch is worth its weight in gold. It is water water to boiling to noodles being done in 15 minutes.
Nice.
It's fantastic.
That's a gas flame.
Yes.
That's why it's on your porch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely.
So good. So easy now.
I'm not sure if our pot isn't super induction compatible. It is induction compatible. But yeah, we're still 45 minutes to boil our big stock pot, but we're boiling a lot of water.
Yeah.
So I imagine we're boiling more than you are.
I think I'm using a 20 quart for 10 pounds.
Yeah. So
and it's right to the top. I mean, it is.
Yeah, I think we're 4 gallons of water roughly is what we're boiling.
Oh, I haven't checked that.
So we're pulling. I only know that because when we do mac and cheese for like a 3-day thing, like we're somewhere for 3 days, like next weekend, we'll use gallons of bottled gallons of water. So we don't have to use. I just lost one of my screens. Skippy, can you help? I didn't kick anything. Did you lose a video of me?
No, you're okay, beautiful. You're
beautiful. Just so we don't have to use our fresh water tanks for mac and cheese. Fair enough. We conserve as much water as we can doing it that way. Bernie says, new truck name for Skippy PB and stop by the ATM. Just kidding. Get that money. I'm not sure exactly. I think I missed the joke. And he also says that he's the same cornbread. They used to make their own. He said this way is way more consistent.
Well, here's the only thing I don't like about their cornbread is there are times that if you get a case, you're going to get ones that aren't as browned and then ones that are really brown.
Some of the shrunken pans.
Yeah. I like the really brown ones. I'm not big on the lighter colored ones.
Real quick from our same user on TikTok, pre-made cheese sauce or making cheese sauce. We both make our own cheese sauce from scratch.
I don't make cheese sauce from scratch. No,
you don't
use flour and butter and all that shit.
Oh,
no, I do.
Never mind. I do.
I use canned cheese sauce along with other cheese.
All right. I make mine from scratch. So yeah, but start with roux, whole milk, butter, flour, all the seasonings, and a whole shitload of cheese. Okay, that one.
I feel the money that I save in the whole shitload of cheese aspect to use one full size can of cheese will be good for 2 full pans.
Okay. Yes, shredded cheese costs more than a can of cheese. But as we talked about before the season started, when we were going through food costs and stuff, still my cost per mac and cheese serving is so low. Yeah, it's yeah. So really, what you're saving is time.
Very much time.
So my whole mac and cheese process is pretty close to 2 hours every day, from start to finish.
So I used to put it back. I would use a lot of milk, and then put it back in the smoker, or put it in the smoker to kind of dry it out a little bit, or to have the noodles kind of soak them up a little bit.
Yep.
Now I'll mix everything inside the pans, and actually just put it in the warmer.
Yep.
And
that's what we do. We always go straight to the warmer.
At least a couple hours ahead of time, because by the time I'm reaching it for service, it's much better, or it's creamier. It's everything's kind of melded together, because I use shredded cheese as well, so it's really good.
Justin Harris says the 100% scratch made food truck idea makes zero sense to me. Like, people ask if we make our own pasta and meatballs. Yeah. I mean, yeah, we're not. When I say that's the only two things that we don't make from scratch is potato salad and cornbread. Yeah, we're not
shredding his own cabbage.
We're not shredding our own cabbage. We're not making mayo, but yeah, pretty close to it. Everything else, we don't make our own barbecue sauce. But that's, for me, that's a huge consistency thing. And I can't make a sauce that tastes as good as Judgment Day anyway, so I stopped trying.
You're still using your rub though?
Yep. So we switched to our whole farm rub that we developed for competitions. Still using that, but that I can turn out pretty consistently. Every once in a while, we'll get the paprika we use is a slightly different taste or color. Yeah.
One of the interesting things from a subdivision that I did 2 weeks ago that I didn't mention on the podcast was that a lady had asked the organizer to ask me if I made anything with garlic and onion, because she had an allergy to garlic and onion.
We had somebody that had some allergy. I think it was one very specific kind of pepper. I think it was chili pepper. So she couldn't have chilies. She could have every other kind of pepper known to man. She just couldn't have chili pepper.
So I told this nice older lady, I asked her what her favorite thing was, and she said brisket. I said I would do, for that day only, I would just do a salt and pepper brisket. And
yeah, we got comments coming in like fire right now.
Oh, I love comments.
Go ahead and finish.
No, that's what I did and they loved it. So it was.
I did a couple special racks of ribs for a guy a couple times, and I will never do it again because the dude fucking pissed me off so much. Like, he waited, so we were sold out, and he still had not picked up his ribs. Like, he ordered them the week before. He said, "Can I my wife has all kinds of allergies. Can I just do salt and pepper on 3 racks of ribs?" And he waited until we had to go search him down.
Oh,
because at 5 minutes to close, we still hadn't heard from him.
We're all sold out and just sitting there.
Yeah. It's like, never again. All right. User on TikTok says, do you prefer whole milk over half and half and heavy whipping? I don't think I've tried half and half and whipping cream. But I wouldn't be opposed to it. At this point, I'm really nervous to make any changes to our mac and cheese that are big changes.
I've tried half and half, but I do whole milk because it's cheaper. Both half and half and heavy whipping cream are more expensive. So whole milk.
To piggyback on Justin's other 100% scratch made food truck idea, making zero sense. He says we just don't have the space or time for that. I buy the best products I can find. It keeps us affordable and fast. 100%, Justin.
Absolutely. It
JT
also keeps a good idea of what your food costs are.
Yeah.
Because you can just a thing of cornbread, $16, and you get 30 pieces. There's your food cost. Sorry. What?
Skippy doesn't like pricing ingredients. I don't either. It's a pain in the ass.
Whatever.
It sucks. Figuring out what a half an ounce of chili powder costs. JT says gallon of sharp cheddar cheese sauce, gallon of heavy cream, and 2 pounds of shredded American cheese. He says maybe not a gallon, but a can. So whatever the number 10 can, I'm guessing is what he's using, is what his cheese sauce is, I'm guessing. Justin Harris, once again, we make our sauces from scratch. I can't make 200 meatballs consistently or fast enough. Some events we go through 30 to 50 pounds of dry pasta. No way we can do that amount fresh. I'm not very good at making pasta. I've tried a couple times. I am not very good at it.
Let's see if Justin,
especially Kamatari.
Yeah, let's see if Justin can take a joke. He likes to play a lot of times rubbing his balls. He likes playing with his balls.
Solid joke. Way to go.
Whatever.
I can't find my hands on the keys the right way. So yeah, I mean, right. I definitely have a better recipe for mac and cheese. This is B recipe, the one that we use on the truck. A recipe is more time consuming and it requires us to shred cheese. So
I hear you can soak your cheese or rinse it off and it will melt better.
Oh, I have no problem with it melting. That has nothing to do with it. It's just the blend. I can't get certain cheeses pre-shredded that is cost effective. So the cheese mix that I would like to use, we will at some point in time. It's just not cost effective on the truck without a designated kitchen staff to be able to spend the time to shred cheese that we need. So if that makes sense.
Very much
And
so.
yeah, like I said, at this point, I'm very hesitant to change any of our recipes that are big changes. It would have to be something that we preface days in advance. You know, hey, on Wednesday, we are trying a whole new mac and cheese recipe. Just an FYI.
I've wanted to do so. If you remember back to the competition potlucks, Mr. Mackin would bring his Angry Mac.
Angry Mac. Yep.
I miss Angry Mac. Like I would love to run Angry Mac on the truck.
So yeah, like doing like a.
I'm gonna put you on mute. I have to take this call, just so you know. It's my vet.
All right. I hope Skippy's dog isn't dying. That'd be so sad. I think he can still hear me though. Yeah, he can. Hey, Skippy. Ooh. So yeah, like even doing like a few splashes of like Frank's Red Hot, we would love to do just to get the flavor. You're not going to get the heat, but you're going to get a little bit of the Frank's flavor in there. Is something I would be not willing to really try. Our mac and cheese is so consistent every day that I don't think people would be turned away permanently if we tried something like that. But it's the new person that comes up trying us for the first time and thinking that that's the norm for us. So we've worked hard to build kind of those flavor profiles, and we're going to stick to them. Jay Sonder 21 on TikTok, welcome. Do you ever have requests for nut-free meats like rubs and sauces? So the rubs and sauces we use are all allergen-free, Maine allergen-free. So no gluten, no nuts, no of the other stuff. No common. So the sauce doesn't have any anchovies in it. So we're common allergen-free on rubs and sauces. So if there is an allergy concern, we definitely put people towards meat-only options.
Hey, I'm back.
That helps. Hi, were you still listening or no?
Vaguely.
Okay.
No.
Jay Sonder 21 on TikTok asks if we ever have requests for nut-free meats. Like rubs and sauces. Get your head out of the gutter.
No, for sure. I'm just no. I get people because we do have peanut butter on our menu for one of our sandwiches. So they asked me about that, and I just said it's separate utensils. We keep it away from everything. But I get more asked of like, what on your truck is gluten free?
Yep.
I'm like, all meats are gluten free.
Or do you have any vegetarian options or vegan options?
So vegan options, yes. I have pickles and jalapenos. Thank you.
And water.
Water.
I think next year we'll add that just for shits and giggles. We'll add a vegan menu. It'll be bottles of water pickles and pickled onion slaw.
I did, because of being so close to Ann Arbor, I did have a vegetarian plate, and it was cheesy potatoes, it was mac and cheese, and it was a piece of cornbread for $10, and people loved it.
Yeah.
People also loved it because they got sides instead of, they'd buy that and then they'd buy like 2 sandwiches or something.
We get asked a lot about our coleslaw because of vegetarian. So
my dog is fine. She has to get sedated to have her nails trimmed. So
gotcha.
Or else she'd be
so those that don't know, yes, coleslaw made with mayo is vegetarian friendly.
Correct. It is not vegan
because it is made with egg.
Correct.
So you're good there.
So I have a story for you.
Yeah, there's no dairy. That's what I was saying. There's no dairy in mayo. Traditional made.
Correct.
Dairy.
Yes.
Is what I was trying to get to from that. But yeah, go ahead. Story time. Skippy story time.
Well, it's not about me.
I didn't think it was, but it's your story. That's why I said it's Skippy story time.
So we have talked about in the past using Square as a lender. Like you get offered Square loans and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've come to find out that a local food truck friend of ours is now in debt to Square more than the cost of my trailer at a 20% payback rate. So for everyone to know, the cost of my new trailer exceeded almost 60 grand. And so I'm thinking about that. I'm like, things that make you just want to vomit.
How did that happen? So was that something that they needed some cash to get by, and then they missed a bunch of payments?
No, the payments are being made because it's automatically taken out of your sales.
But if you don't make, so like in the winter,
this wasn't taken. It was taken out post winter, so somewhat recently, I think.
Okay.
So I think it was taken out because the person needed to show capital, and I don't think they could show that much capital for an investment that they may be trying to make.
So they needed the cash in the bank in order to show that.
I think so. Okay. Now, when I brought that up, I was told, please don't give this person that much credit. But it was, so people have asked me a lot, and I'm sure people ask you, we're doing this podcast, we're giving numbers away, we're pretty open about what we do.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing I hate more than anything in this world is debt, especially debt on a business. I think if you start this journey with debt, that better be the first thing you try to get away from. And
mm-hmm.
I know how happy you were to finally pay off your trailer. I know I'll be happy. I owe about $8,700 on mine still. It's just that debt. So going back to just another piece of me and what I do is get rid of that debt as fast as possible, because the more you let it linger around, the more you will can possibly succumb to it. And because there's other debt problems that this person has that's even worse than that, when they're maybe refuse their food delivery soon.
Yeah.
So get out of debt. Don't take on any more that you could possibly handle. Sir, man, whoever may be listening. User 953 on TikTok. Just don't take out any more debt that you can handle.
I am super excited with our TikTok stream today. By far.
It's yours.
Well, yeah, mine.
So that's fine.
I mean, I could set up a channel for us, but
no, I think
I already got too many things to freaking manage.
Yeah.
Nick Lodato, he had commented last week on our page asking how we were going live without 1,000 followers. Yes, we're using the TikTok live studio. Unfortunately, it means you have to use a laptop. I know Nick has the same idea. We see the TikTok live service, food truck stuff, live kitchen stuff. I think you could get it to work.
Into that.
Yeah, I've watched a couple times.
like the breakfast
watch for like
guys?
5 minutes.
The
breakfast guys are pretty good. There's a Chef Lou that I think he's an asshole, and I don't know that he actually does anything.
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting for someone to hit. They got like 3 different cameras and accounts for that kitchen.
See, TikTok Live has gone. There's a guy who runs an off the grid homestead that puts a live camera on his robot lawnmower. he puts eyes on it, calls it Hank, and just lets it go on the homestead.
So here's what I'm thinking for live stuff, and I don't think it would be super profitable, and I don't think anybody would do it. But instead of doing like a TikTok live, for those that wanted to watch what is going on in the trailer 24/7, put up a couple Nest cams, because Nest, I think it was Nest, that allowed you to have a direct link online to view your cameras.
Yeah.
Like there were some zoos and stuff that used it for that. Like you could follow the link to go to a zoo or whatever. They provided all that. Like set up a couple cameras, Nest cams in the trailer.
I thought they embedded it on the website. So you can embed it on your website.
Yeah. But then do it as a subscription, like $5. $5 for the month. Or $5 for the year.
$5 to watch the antics of Josh and Chris and Caleb on the truck. Yeah, it's called OnlyFans, bud. It's called OnlyFans.
So Jay Sonder 21 must be a fan of yours, I think. He says, Skip, can you do a live stream in your trailer while serving and talk to us the whole time? Or he wants us to skip doing that. That could be. I don't know. One of those two. Do you know any Saunders? Jay Saunders?
I know.
Not spelled the way that it is for not Peter Pan, but Winnie the Pooh.
No, I know who this person is. I definitely know who this person is.
Do you want to call him any names while you're on the air?
No. Him and I have already gone round and around a couple times way back in the day, and we've worked our issues out. I'm sure I'll get a message soon about that. I wouldn't mind it. I went
lots of laughing emojis.
Trimming briskets a couple weeks ago. So I mean, it's
And I think Nick did a couple similar. I think he called it Only Meats, his Only Meats series, where he was doing he was rubbing some butts and stuff. I think
just the way you just said it. Listen to Only Meats rubbing some butts.
Oh, Fran, your mom has joined us on TikTok. Oh, and then she's gone. Good to have you.
Thanks, Mom.
You could have followed. That would have been okay. Anyways, there's
follow you.
Susie, I can't think of her last name on TikTok, who does Only Pans, Pans. Asking if everybody's hungry that day. Lots of innuendos and stuff.
There's only pans. There's only dads.
She's one of my favorite cooks on TikTok. But yeah, we hashtag some of our stuff Only Pans.
Fine. Do you ever watch the Next Level Chef show on?
Nope.
You gotta find Tiny.
Okay.
So Next Level Chef is 3 different categories of chefs. You have a home chef, you have a social media chef, and then a trained chef.
Mm-hmm.
And they basically just all battle out, and then whoever the lowest 2 dishes are competes against each other, and one of them goes home. So it's cool to see that the social media chefs and home chefs are beating out trained professionals.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. There's a whole lot of good cooks out there. And
you see the guy on TikTok, Gary Mandola?
I don't think so.
So
see the Don't Fuck It Up guy?
No, he's the guy he definitely swears a lot. That's for sure.
Maddie, the Don't Fuck It Up guy I follow, Maddie Matheson. I follow now. Even though he's not super instructional,
just comedic.
He's a hell of a chef, and he's actually the only trained chef on the show, The Bear.
Oh yes, okay.
So he's the executive producer of that, and yeah, he's a maintenance guy in the show.
Who's the main guy on The Bear again?
His actual actor name?
Yeah, do you remember his name?
I can't think of it off the top of my head.
He was in the movie The Iron Claw. It's a wrestling movie. Just watch it. Great movie. Streaming on Max. It's about a cursed wrestling family, basically.
Yeah, I might have to. I've seen the previews. I've seen a couple scenes from it. Bear season 3 comes out June 27th, I think, on Hulu. So those that are looking forward to that, enjoy. I can't wait.
Oh, look, got a message.
All right. Well, congratulations on your message. You ready to wrap this thing up?
Hope you enjoy your busy week. I have a busy week as well.
Yeah.
6 days.
All right. We're officially into the season where if I have nothing catered on a Saturday, I get really nervous that I think I missed something. We don't have hardly any open houses this year on my calendar, which makes me super nervous because I know I've talked to a ton of people about open houses, and it just must be that we didn't get them or what.
So I don't know if you'll be proud of me for this, because you used to yell at me for not yell at me. You used to think less of me because I didn't have more than one event on each day. So June 8th, I have 3 things. I'm at an art, beer, and wine festival, and then I have 2 people coming there to pick up food for me for their open house.
Skippy. Way to go, buddy.
Okay. The 15th, the following Saturday, I'm at a food truck event. I have a drop off, and then I have a wedding that night. Can I be honest with you? I'm thinking about skipping the food truck event just to focus on the wedding.
I turned down an open house in June for 200 to 250 people because we have 2 weddings that day, and they're just big enough that it's like we could probably do it.
This wedding's almost $5,000, but this is the buffet. Yeah. This is the buffet.
Oh, so easy. God, so easy.
No, it's not.
Buffets are easy, man. Pull in your trailer, get one other person. If you want to, you know what? What are you doing on Thursday? You got a busy day Thursday for lunch?
This coming Thursday or that Thursday before?
This coming Thursday.
Oh, this Thursday I'm doing my roadside from 11 to 7.
Okay. I was going to tell you to come out and see how we do our buffet service at Etna. Oh, it's so easy.
I can do it. I've done it before.
Jesus Christ. We got Justin commenting now on TikTok and on the stream.
Hey,
guys, I can't keep up everywhere.
Your video got blurry. Your bandwidth must be going down.
Nice. I know. It's like, yeah, cousin.
No, I can do it. I'm just, come June, I'm going to be very worried that I'm going to fuck something up. And it's just, I've got people that'll help me, and that's fine. Mm-hmm. So I might just send people, like that buffet wedding. I will probably go the night before and set everything up. So when I pull the trailer in, it'll just be there ready to go. I can just, I'm hoping I can do that.
Yeah, that's an option. But yeah, I mean, setting up chafing dishes and setting up the buffet table for us is 10 minutes. You know, we can.
Correct, but I have to have everything. If I can't get the day before, everything's going to be in the trailer or my truck. Yeah. And I'm going to have to.
We got 3 totes. We got 3 totes that have all our catering stuff in it.
Do you set up the nice dishes or the?
Yep.
Yeah. I have to go find all my nice dishes. They're in storage somewhere.
I haven't used them. Need to clean them probably. Yeah, especially if they got put back any sort of damp. You're going to have to do a deep clean on those bad boys. Every spring when we open those totes, it's like, what the these things were completely dry when we put them in. How is there any sort of issue in here?
And these people paid half of their deposit on Friday night in cash. I'm like,
I got a guy for a wedding that keeps dropping off checks for his wedding. He now has given us checks in the amount that is more than what his bill is.
Good. There's the tip.
But he's going to change it. No, he's changed. So he hasn't finalized his menu yet.
Oh, Jesus H.
So not only that, I can't even apply this amount to his invoice because it'll close out the freaking invoice.
So this wedding is for up to 180 people. It's chicken quarters and brisket, mac and cheese, green beans with no pork products, and potato salad.
Yeah.
And I always throw in cornbread if it's a big wedding.
Yeah.
So
it's very nice of you.
I like to think I'm nice. But then the people that paid didn't look like the lady that I originally met. Like, ooh, planning a wedding is really cut to you.
All right, it's 10:36. I got to get to work. One more thing.
Me too.
Oh, excuse me, for Justin. Yes, cousin. Richie was my favorite character development story last season. I'm very happy they did what they did with him, because otherwise, I don't know about you, but I was getting tired of him. But incredible the last few episodes of that season.
Richie was the drug guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I only watched maybe the first season. I didn't watch the whole thing.
You got to watch the whole thing. It is mandatory. Mandatory. Yeah, second season was phenomenal. Richie was really good. Yeah, I lost my train of thought, but
good. All right.
Can't wait for season 3. All right, everybody, have a good day. Don't forget to subscribe to my TikTok. That'd be awesome. Need to get to 1,000 so I can do live streams from the trailer. But everybody else listening to other places, YouTube, and find us on the Facebook. Until next week, we'll see you at 9 o'clock, or you'll hear us at 9 o'clock. Everybody have Skippy, did you fall asleep?
No, somebody asking me for another something on June 9th. I'm like, I'm already double booked.
All right, everybody. Have a great week.
See you guys.
Keep slinging the food. See you next week.